Go.
Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Akila Gertrude, and today me and my fellow discussants are going to look at the two policies that any government can employ to manage the high inflation rates in any country. The two policies are the monetary and the fiscal policies. Today I'm going to look at the monetary policies. The monetary policies refers to the control of the quality of the money the quantity of the money available in the economy and the channels through which the money can be supplied. Basically, the monetary policies focuses on the forces of the demand and supply of money in an economy. Unlike the fiscal policy, the monetary policy is basically controlled. The central bank controls the decision-making power of these monetary policies. The monetary policy is divided into two, the contractionary and the expansionary monetary policies. Under the monetary policies, it has two options which the central bank can use, the interest rates and the money supply. The interest rates can be increased or decreased for economic activities. The interest rates can be increased or decreased. If the interest rates are increased, it means there is a decrease in economic activities. But if they are decreased, there is a reduction in there is an increase in economic activities. Same goes for money supply. If money supply in an economy is increased, people are able to have money to do any available activities that they desire, and for reduction, the vice versa is true. Thank you. My colleague is going to take over the fiscal policy.
My name is Nawile Brenda. One of the other tools the government can use to manage the economy is the fiscal policy. The fiscal policy is the government's ability to monitor its own spending and tax policies to influence the economic conditions such as inflation, economic growth, employment, and aggregate demand for goods and services. Under this policy, the government has two options: government spending and taxing. There are two tools under this policy, which are expansionary fiscal policy and contractionary fiscal policy. Under expansionary fiscal policy, the government has to increase its spending and decrease taxes to increase the economic activities of the country. And under contractionary fiscal policy, the government has to decrease its spending and increase taxes to decrease the economic activities in the country.
My name is Asinde Barbara, and what the government can apply right now is the fiscal policy, and the best option under fiscal policy is the expansionary fiscal policy. The government can do this by reducing taxes and increasing on its spending. Some of the causes of the increasing prices in Uganda at the moment are the after effects of COVID-19, the conflict in Ukraine, and the compliance gap. What the government can do, the government can, through URA, reduce VAT on some of the commodities, for example sugar, soap, and other basic commodities, so that the citizens can get them at a lower price. The government can as well subsidize by reducing import duty on fuel or oil, so that the citizens get it at a less price, and when they get it at a less price, they increase on their disposable income and are able to access other goods and services. The government can also spend more on priority sectors, for example the agriculture sector and the manufacturing industries, so that when we produce the raw materials, we are able to process more of the goods that we use in the country instead of importing them from other countries. By so doing, this will help us to be more self-dependent.
I'm called Pioneer Gertrude, and obviously we have chosen the fiscal policy to manage economic crisis that we're facing in Uganda, but it has consequences, which are the government will be spending more than it takes from the revenues it collects from taxes, which leads them to borrow from external sources like World Bank. Eventually they will incur more debts. Secondly, the government will have deficit budgets, meaning they will use more money annually than they will have budgeted for. They would have budgeted for, which will lead them to come up with supplementary budgets. Thirdly, the incentives will be spent on imports instead of the local sector, like improving agriculture, health centers, and education centers, which will make the country a better place for everyone to stay. Thank you. That's it.
name is Priscilla Narimanya, and Uganda is not the only country going through a recession. Zimbabwe is also one of the countries experiencing high rates of inflation. And their argument is that it's because of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And that's why they can't access products like wheat and flour and oil at cheaper prices. The government of Zimbabwe, however, has tried to mitigate the situation by suspending import duty on the basic commodities such as flour, cooking oil, and the rest, so their citizens can get them at lower prices. And the other interesting situation is the citizens of Zimbabwe are trying to deal with the high inflation by selling their toys to get money, to get cars and all that. It's trending all over social media. Anyway, to conclude this entire discussion, Uganda has not put any policies to deal with the high rates of inflation so far. And it's not like the central bank can change the prices of wheat, and it's not like the government can change the prices of oil. However, it can try to mitigate them. How? Using the fiscal policy. Thank you.